What's up, y'all? Yeah, late night silver wrench. I'm gonna do a quick one. I normally go on a little earlier on Sundays, but the holiday and all, I figured I would at least try to keep a schedule. Coin Crew Thug, what's up? Gail, Mopar, Janie. How was everybody? How was everybody's weekend? Not gonna be a long one, that's for sure tonight. Silver Knight, how are you? Happy Easter. Silver Freak, I don't really. Happy Easter, Sharp Eye. What's going on, buddy? Hope you had a good one. Yeah, I don't sleep too much. But I get a lot more stuff done since I don't sleep, so I guess it's worth it. I'm able to put a nice dent in my YouTube required hours. Amongst other things. Yeah, that is a CC Morgan. It's left over from my auction on Saturday. I got that Ringmaster. Your package will go out tomorrow, along with everybody else's, if you have paid. Yeah, that's a nice looking one. It's nothing special, that Morgan, that CC, but I forgot that I had it to put up on Saturday. And I was going to sell it on trade day, but everybody else had so much to get through, so I figured I would just hold it. It'll sell one day. C-Rod, what's going on? Jonathan Fines, our friend, sorry. BlackMassPayDirts.com, that's right. Oh, what's the opening? I wasn't really planning on doing an auction, but maybe we can with some more people coming. I got a few things to make the night a little interesting. Gail, that's awesome. I'm glad he likes it. It is pretty cool, isn't it? Very tedious to make them, but they're fun. Surprisingly, a lot of silver waste, too, trying to get them right. How are you? I'll have to see what I paid for that one. I don't remember offhand. Wasn't too terribly crazy, probably in the $100 range, I'm assuming. Just about any CC's around $100. Oregon Stacker, what's going on? I emailed you the link. He really wanted to keep it. I'm just glad I could start doing it again. I had to take like a 2-month hiatus from it. Everybody kept asking me about them. And I didn't have anything set up. I'm still only like temporarily set up. But I can get them poured. Yeah. Coinker's never not paid me. Steve Woods, what's up? I believe he's good for it. Can. Is that who you're talking to? I did not catch the other part.
Hey, there he is.
What's up, man?
Hey, not much, man. I came out to my motorhome because I got 8 people in there. Some are quiet, some are loud. And I'm like, I can't do a live stream in here right now. No way in hell. So,
Nice
yeah,
little getaway.
yeah, it's my little hideaway, man. So if you guys, this is my man cave out here. Of
Nice.
course, we got these. We got these cool stickers out here.
Nice. You got the package, huh?
Oh yeah, gonna be doing a video on your package.
I saw your video or your what was it, the redo video?
Yeah, so you guys listen to the stream out here. I've been dropping like a video every day, like the last few days. I'm stuck here at the house with COVID. It keeps me busy. And so Silver Sea Captain lives 2 hours from you guys, the guy with the huge stickers, the cool loot. And I'm going to be visiting him this month, I hope. And I forgot to show his silver bar he sent me with the stickers. And he was giving me all this grief. Like, yeah, man, I love the stickers, shout out, but you didn't show him my bar. And I'm like, Jesus, God, And so we're all human, right? We all make a mistake. I'm like, dude, I got to make this up to this guy. He's going to kill me.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I looked half sleepy in that video. It was Easter Sunday, and we were going out. And I'm like, I got to do something for him. He was so mad. So I just threw that video together, half sleepy.
It
and
works,
I'm like,
right?
I just put some new gold I got this month in the video. So, yeah, it is a
you've
funny
been stacking
video.
the gold pretty high lately.
I know my gold stacking. I'm gonna shoot through my gold, guys. I said 10 ounces for the year, and I've been putting my foot to the gas. I've been trying to drink less Starbucks, and just since I can't go anywhere, I can't travel anywhere right now. I just been buying precious metals.
Yeah, that's how you do it.
Yeah.
Hang on.
So this is all my
chat.
This is all my. I can't see the chat. This is all my swag, guys. So in my motorhome, my table here, I put my big sticker board back here, and I just lay stickers out. I got stickers everywhere in here. It's crazy.
Is that where you do your videos?
Yeah, I do a lot of my videos in the motorhome, but it's even though it's a big motorhome, it's like a 30-footer. It's still tight for space in here. Because I don't have the slider out. If you guys are familiar with RVs, this thing has what's called a super slide. So literally from the front of the cab to all the way to the end of the motorhome, there's a one full slide, and it slides out like 6 feet. But I can't have the slider out where I'm parked in on the side of my house. So it's narrow in here and kind of tight. Mm-hmm. So I just do the best I can do. I like it better out here because it's my own personal space. Like I said, my house is 3,000 square feet, and a lot of people say, "Oh my God, Oregon Stacker, that's huge, right?" But not when you put 8 people in there. They got their own bedrooms, and everyone has their own thing going on. And my wife has heart collections everywhere. It's tight for space.
Yeah.
So I just make do. Once the kids are out of the house, I'll have my own office. I'll take
do any. Mike's asking if you do any coin roll hunting. I don't myself.
I don't. I just started really getting into this eBay experience about 8 months ago, and I noticed a lot of people do coin roll hunting. With COVID, I go through Chase Bank. That's my main bank, and they weren't letting anyone buy coins in there, and I'm even with their private client program, and I'd go in there like, nope, sorry. So I don't know where those guys get all those rolls of coins. I thought about going to these casinos and asking them if I could buy a bunch of $50 rolls.
Yeah. What's up, Steve Woods? Partridge Family, how you doing? Silver Knight. I've had trouble myself getting. When I first started watching the YouTube's coin roll hunters and stuff, that was the first thing I did was try out. And I have a couple business accounts as well, and I get the rolls, but I do not get the rolls from the mint. I get prior searched rolls, like guaranteed.
You're getting circulated stuff.
Well, yeah. Well, you always get circulated, but like you can tell that these rolls have been searched through already. That's what I've asked them 10 or 20 times at least. hey, can I get them directly from the mint? Oh, no, we can't do that. And I was like, well, I know for a fact that you can do that, but
It's
whatever.
I have so much fun. So sometimes what I'll do, because I do so many transactions during the day, guys. When I'm buying food and stuff for the house, a lot of times, sometimes I'll just use cash so I can get change back, and I'll see if I
Yeah,
got
I
copper
know.
pennies
I
or
got,
the Buffalo
yeah,
nickels.
I even got Mrs. Plummer looking at all the change now every time we get any. It's funny.
Oh yeah,
But she's
it's
not
great.
into that stuff at all. What's up, BR Chef? How's it going? Golden Spike, how's it going? Steve Woods, are you saying silver's going to have a huge slide this week?
I don't care personally. I'm stacking it, so it don't matter to me what it does.
Yeah. I like to do like a weekly. So usually my Sundays are about, what we think silver's going to do for the week. And gold for that matter, whatever metal we wind up talking about.
I think right now with the gold and silver trading, if you're looking at it on a daily basis, it seems like it's been trading with the yield. If the yield goes up, then metals go down. If the yield's down, the metals go up. That's kind of been the theme like the last couple of weeks
Mm-hmm.
with gold and silver. Um, I don't know. It's very interesting right now with silver and gold. Where silver's sitting out basically at 25 and where gold is right near 17. Um, it's interesting. I don't really know. I think it's kind of range bound right now myself.
I mean, it's still like right now that it's hovering right at 25 right now.
Yeah.
And I was a firm believer that it wasn't going to go below that or stay below that for long, which it did. It dipped almost down, below 24 almost at one point, but now back up at 25 again. So, I mean, there's people out there like I talked to Sharp Eye and I think it was Silver Chaser that firmly believe that it is going to go down. And Sharp Eye's a numbers guy, so he's done some numbering, which I don't really quite understand. But
Yeah.
with
Well,
his research, he says that it's definitely heading down. Well, in his opinion, not definitely, but
yeah,
heading
right.
down to the $18-$20. Which,
No one's a financial advisor here, right? This is our
yeah, I
two
know,
cents.
right? Well, I
No,
mean,
what I would say, guys, is what I do every week is I buy a little bit. So I'm just cost averaging with the market. So whatever it does, I personally think right now is a great time to be buying as long as you can if you can get silver below $30, if you can find some good deals out there on premiums, I'd
mhm.
be buying stuff below 30.
And I have been because I do a lot of I mean not coin roll hunting, but I do a lot of silver hunting,
Yeah.
and I've been catching deals around the $30 marker, even for ASEs and maples. You don't not often, but you catch them once in a while. Usually, like the lowest that I've gotten is 31 or $30.50 per, and you can only get a few, just because somebody was letting them go. But that's more of the individual selling them at that price. Maybe they're thinking that there's going to be a big dip soon enough and they want to capitalize where it's at. But like you said, I continuously buy throughout. Not I don't buy a huge amount ever at one time except for when I first started. And over the long term, I believe that we'll all be fine with what we got. Even if it does drop, that's good for us right now because we're buying,
Yeah.
we're not selling. But for the people that are selling, on the other hand, that's a different story.
No matter where you guys live, where you're at. So, like, I live in Medford, Oregon. I have like 100-mile radius where I know all the pawn shops, antique malls. There's certain stores that I like to hit. Right? There's one, two pawn shops I love to go to. Why? Because anytime they get silver in, they sell it to me $3 over spot, and they don't care what it is. It could be an eagle, generic, anything they sell for $3. You just have to buy 10 ounces at a time. But they've been sold out lately. But that's a resource that I have. And I
Mm-hmm.
think just walking into an LCS, at least here buying silver, I don't think you can do it because they're charging $6 over for
Yeah.
generic and $8 over for silver eagles. So you're going to get raped if you just walk into an LCS. At least here, I'm sure everywhere else in the United States it's different. So where I find my best deals is relationships with the pawn shops, the two that I have, and going through the antique malls. I've pretty much cleaned them out here, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
But these guys don't check their prices, guys. They're not following the market every day. You know, like if you have a thrift store or an antique mall where you live, I would definitely be pounding the ground and going through them. I live in a small town. If I was in Chicago or LA or one of these big cities, oh baby, I'd be in my car driving these places because people don't check. These people, like where I live, they go to Arizona for the summer. They may be gone all winter. They just load their booths up with product, and they may come back in 3 months.
Yeah, that makes sense. Like last time I went to the pawn shop, they had not many pawn shops carry like larger amounts of silver, though they might have some here and there, like you're saying. And I went in there, and they had a decent supply of 1 ounces and constitutional silver. So I was like, well, how much for all of it? And then the guy goes back to go calculate, and then the manager comes out and says, sorry, we can only sell you 2 ounces at a time. Yeah, because they are playing that. They're playing that game too, though, because they know that it's very possible that it could go right back up past this $25, $24 range now.
Well, now, Plumber, you saw my video where I bought those Eagles. Now, I did pay $8 over spot, but it was the Key Day Eagle. It was the 95s. I got almost a whole tube of. And the way I got that is the lady didn't have it, but she talked to the manager. So sometimes it can just be a strike of luck. Like when you walk in somewhere, hitting the right person at the right time. I mean, that was just luck. If she wouldn't have asked that guy, I wouldn't have gotten that tube of Eagles.
Yeah. And again, it is like you said, you can't just go out to random places here and there. And I apologize if I'm not saying hello to everybody, but welcome to
sorry guys, I
jabber about everything. But it's about building relationships. Like I finally got to the point where my LCS will call me because 1, he knows I do auctions, and 2, he knows I buy for myself. So if he gets something in that's a good deal, or if he gets a large quantity where he wants to move some of it, he's got like a handful of people that he'll call. I'm sure I'm not first on the list by any means, but he'll call and say, well, hey, I got this, and are you interested in it? Yeah. And that took time. That took a couple months of me going in there regularly and spending money, because I did complain about this a while ago, because I would go in constantly and buy from my auctions, and I wasn't getting a break on anything. I mean, nothing. And so, I figured I'd give them one more shot, and I swear they were listening to like my YouTube or something, because when I went back in there, they're like, well, you just let us know that this is what you're doing. And, we could definitely work things out on most items.
The LCS, if you can establish a good relationship, like kind of what I have with one of the LCSs here, I have a pretty decent relationship with them. He actually set Engelhart 10-ounce. I have it in the house, but it's a 10-ounce Engelhart, like one of those cool poured bars that has like the P on it with the like 4 or 5 digit writing. Yeah. And those things go for a premium. And I came into the LCS, and he's like, Brent, I said something behind the counter for you I think you're going to want. I haven't gotten one of these in a long time. And he brought it right out. Yeah. So, I mean, if you can establish those LCSs, guys, believe me, they have people selling to them all the time, even in this market, like dirt cheap, like if someone gets desperate for money or they don't know what they have, they just sell it to the LCS for basically spot.
Oh, it's sad. Like I was in there, and a guy said his parents left him a. So, Steve, you said that the going rate's 22 times face. That is about what I've been seeing for constitutional, and they're charging you 30 times face. I would just walk away for sure.
Oh God, yeah, that's 30 insane. Times face.
That's dude, like they definitely do not want your business at that point. And coins and art, I get that. Like I said, I've been to several LCSs, and they don't give you the time of the day. Some people walk in and they'll spend 10, 15 grand at a time. So those are the people that they're going to pay attention to. And unless you're in there constantly, once a week and talking to them as well, like you can't just go in there and buy something. Like I ask them their opinion on things, what I could do with this. If I don't understand something about a coin, I'll definitely, tell them what I'm doing and then ask them to explain them to me. So it's all about relationships, just like any field of business or, work relationships, anything like that. It's all about establishing a relationship and figuring out how to work with that person.
I can't see the chat. If you can, Plumber, did anyone have any questions?
Yeah, there's lots of people commenting. It's just.
I would be curious to know, what are you guys finding for prices out there? Where I live, it's $6 at the LCS over for generic right now, 8 over for Eagles. And I have noticed here supply is tight. I mean, I started stacking 3 years ago, and after this COVID hit, man, everything just sealed right up.
Mm-hmm.
It's been tough ever since the virus broke out here. You can still find it, but
Mm-hmm.
it's definitely harder to find the deals.
Yeah, I mean, I've been finding constitutional closer to 20 times face. So I usually buy like $10 face at a time. I mean, even 22 is not a bad deal right
Yeah.
now. Like I've paid as much as I would say 240 a while
So
back when spot price is a little higher than this though.
so I got a video posted, guys, about it's probably been about five months ago, where I walked into an antique mall. And this is what I'm talking about. They had rolls at $10 face, silver quarters, and I was paying like 155 for each one. So that's what I'm talking about. You can score,
Yeah.
and I could just take it right to my LCS and make like $50 a roll
Mm-hmm.
that quick.
And
Yeah,
well, I mean, what I do is I don't rely on any one avenue to get my silver, especially when it comes to my personal stuff. Like for the
yeah.
auctions, I overpay for stuff all the time. I know
Oh,
I'm
me too.
overpaying,
All the time.
but
Yeah,
at that point you have to because I need a good variety of stuff. Like even Morgans, I overpay for Morgans all the time. I love Morgans and I
yeah,
collect Morgans myself. So there's a lot that just go right into my stack and don't ever come out. But as far as what I buy for myself, I make sure that I I don't maybe cost average, but like you're looking for the best deal or you're looking for the best person to deal with at the same time. If they're straight up honest with you, like I got it at this, so that this is the best I can do, or here's 10% off. It's something to get your foot in the door with them. Because the
yeah.
hardest thing in the world is to find trustworthy dealers. Because I've been to a couple when I first started, and they absolutely ripped me off, like 100% ripped me off. And I did like the number one rookie mistake. Well, hey, I'm just getting into this. I only have X amount, and he was like, "Whoa, here, look at this. Let's buy this." And then, that was when spot price was up. So spot Gail, it's at about 25 at the moment on the ask.
I'll tell you guys my rookie mistake, and I think I've said this before. Um, about 3 years ago, when I was with my buddy, he took me into one of the local coin shops here. And the coin shop, when you walk into it, there's just slabs everywhere, right? He's got like 8 cases full of silver coin slabs. And I didn't know any better, man. I wasn't on YouTube yet following people. I didn't do my research. And I think I told this story where I literally had bought so many slabs that day. They gave me the PCGS slab, the one that holds like 25 slabs. They gave it to me for free to fill all my slabs in there.
Well, yeah, because they want you to fill it with their slabs.
Oh, yeah. And when I left, I thought I hit the jackpot. I'm showing my buddy, look at all this cool loot, that I got. And then about 6 months later, when I got into this, I realized I got flat out screwed.
Yeah.
And that should be a lesson. When you walk into a coin shop and all you do is see slabs, right? That should be a bell going off in your head that this is because it's high profitability for the coin shop. Maybe not the best value for you. And so I learned my lesson.
It's definitely you can't be quick to pull the trigger unless if it's something you want, it's something you want. And I've been there, I've done that, and I still do that. If I know that it's there and I don't see it a lot, but I really wanted it, I don't care. I'm going to overpay for it. But for the most part, it's not hard to shop around and find the best deal. Like I was shopping for a tube of Eagles for somebody, and I found one 2021 Eagles. It was at about 673 for a whole tube of Eagles, which was great. I mean, that's not a bad price, really.
For 2021s, you bet.
It's not super great, but it's somewhere where you could buy it. And then he's like, "Well, I'm going to hold off." So he calls me a week later, and he's like, "All right, well, let's go ahead and do that." And it's at $710 now, because that's it. You got to pull the trigger because I shopped around for it as well. And I told him, I was like, "This is by far the best price by about $30 that I found." And he hesitated. So, now he's like, "Well, I guess we'll just wait." So,
and he'll be fine, I think, eventually. But yeah, I think with silver, like I said, just buy a little bit every month and just cost average into whatever that market is
Mhm.
at that time. And then I think over the long haul, you'll be fine.
Yeah. Hey, I'm gonna
What's
do a quick
funny?
plug for my good friend Millstacks. He is working his way to 1,000 subscribers. He does a lot of videos on silver pours, and I really enjoy his channel. He pours these little silver beavers that I still haven't got one yet, but I'm hoping that we can make a trade for a wrench or something.
Put them on the
Um,
spot.
yeah, but he's got a great channel. We've done a lot of multi-channel videos and stuff together. So if you could just please check him out, give him a sub. I would appreciate it, and so would he.
That's awesome. Get over to Millstacks, guys. Show the man some love.
Yeah,
Smash. Make sure you make a comment too. You got to make a comment on there now if you sub. I guess for it to stick.
yeah. And he is a Canadian and all, but we could forgive him for that, I guess.
He's
But
from Canada. He's a Canadian.
yeah, he's a good dude, though.
Yeah, I've been to Canada a couple times. Millstacks. Just the Vancouver area though. Vancouver, Richmond. That's my extent of Canada.
Thanks, overnight. Party Pickles in the house. Man, I haven't seen you in like a whole 8 hours. Might be 12 hours. I did like a super marathon trade day last night. I think we got done about 5 a.m.
Oh man, I was trying to get on that trade yesterday, but I'll be honest with you, I was just tired.
Oh,
I was
dude, it
tired
was
this
it
morning.
was hard. I couldn't even like. There was some that I just did not get to. I felt really bad, but I'm only supposed to do it for like 2 hours or 3 hours maximum. But there was just so much to go through, and
Yeah.
I'm trying to hit my hours anyway, so I really didn't care. I'll sleep later.
How does that work real quick with YouTube and hours and all that? What do you got to do,
Uh,
Plum? So
you got to have 4,000 watch hours. So
is that what time? Is that over a year or what? How
just
long?
over the duration of your channel.
Oh,
Um,
duration of your channel.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. Sharp Eye said he's gonna come back up, and then like an hour later, he's like, "All right, good night."
Oh
Yeah,
man.
but yeah, Millstacks is a great guy. He's got a great channel. Check him out. Make him your friend. He
Oh
needs
yeah.
friends. Everybody needs friends.
Millstacks has been great. I
Cat loves
honestly,
me
guys,
too.
I
What's
just
up?
subbed Millstacks like a couple weeks ago. We've already hit it off. He's been watching my channels. I've been clicking on his, and he's a great guy.
Mhm.
Get over there and sub him.
Yeah, just trying to read some comments. You can't see the chat at all, right?
I can't see the chat, guys, because I'm on my cell phone, and I don't know. I can't see the chat. I have a split screen with Plumber on one side and me on the other, and I
Yeah.
cannot see the chat.
No, I appreciate your help, Party Pickle. I mean, I'm glad you came up because if you're by yourself doing all that, it's hard. I mean, you need somebody to break up the monotony, and you need somebody
Did,
just to converse
have you
with to
guys
keep you
seen?
awake.
Oh, I just made a mess in here. Have you guys
What's
seen
up, T
Lambo
Stacker?
stackers? You guys seen Lambo stacker stickers out of curiosity?
Yeah, those are awesome, aren't they?
Those cool, man. Like the Lamborghinis. Those are sick.
Yeah. Well, Sharp Eye, you're right on track. Yeah, Lambo's
Yeah,
got some cool stickers. There's a lot of
he
people with cool
does.
stickers out
Oh,
there.
there's so many. Yeah, I've got, yeah. Aloha Stacker. Man, his was awesome
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, I love watching it. I'm so jealous of those kilos he's got though. Those
Oh,
Libertad kilos. He just made a video today. I was like, oh, the only thing I
I
can watch
know.
is that
And,
kilo. You might as well not even show anything else.
and he puts that kilo right in the front of the video, so
And
you get it's
uh,
like pain. It's like, look at that bad boy. Just look at it.
that's another good. Like, he's a great person to deal with.
Oh
You
yeah.
know, especially business wise too. He always gives you a fair deal.
So I just found out about Aloha. Guys, he's in the Navy. Did you know that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. He's getting reassigned.
Yeah, that's what he was kind of like saying, yeah, because I was telling him I might be able to go visit him over there. My wife has a friend there,
Yeah,
and he's like, "Well, you better get over here quick because I might get stationed out of here." So yeah, but so you guys know that is really awesome about Aloha. Yeah,
yeah. That's another great channel. Cooter, what's up?
I'm just trying to fix my stickers right here. I made a mess.
Yeah, Mill Stacks, he is. Yeah, Coin Crew Thug. I played it last night right before we started trade day. That was it was like a movie introduction. It was awesome. Yeah, you do Golden Spike. That thing was. You and Gail. Gail's in here too. She's got one. She emailed me too, telling me how much she loved that 10 ounce
Cool.
double eagle high relief. What's up, Joe V? But yeah, that you should do a video on that. That'll get a lot of views just because of what it is. That thing's awesome. And I think there's only like 1,000 of them minted.
Wow.
So eventually, it's gonna. I think it'll be worth more than what it is now. Even right now, it's got a huge premium on it.
I wonder if I made a mistake, Plumber. I had the 5 ounce Royal Fortune and I sold it last month for a nice profit. I wonder,
I don't
man, did I
know.
sell it too early or was it a good time to unload it?
That's a hard thing to know because
I know.
what everybody always says is when you can, if you're doing something to make profit, you take it when you can get it. Because there's no guarantee
That's true.
that it would, but something like that, it probably would. It depends on what you wanted to do with the money that you got from it. Is buy some gold or.
Yeah, I turned it into more gold.
So
Exactly.
that's not a bad thing to make money. Like there's people on here that deal, or not on here, but like businesses that deal with such slim margins, they would tell you that's a great deal that you made because if you're able to make a profit, you do that.
So
If you consider some of your stack of business, so
well, I was going to tell you, and I'm sure every stacker out here would understand what I'm saying about this. Your heart and your mind play games with you. And what I mean by that is your heart gets attached to coins. Like there's certain coins you get attached to, but your mind says, I should flip this now and make some profit and move on.
mhm.
And I battle with that all the time, man.
I do that with Morgans now because
Yeah.
I do auctions. Everybody knows, but there's some that come in. It's just I can't let it go. And even every time I mail out a nice Morgan, it's like I got to say goodbye to it. It's
It's
horrible.
like a baby.
Yeah, it's like a little
I know,
piece
man.
leaves with you.
Yeah, and that's the best analogy I have been able to come up with. At the heart and the mind,
Yeah,
they play games. You know.
and I think that's the same. For people that follow spot price, I do too, and I watch it. Um, because obviously when it goes down, you want to be able to buy a little bit more
Yeah.
for your perma stack. Like so you watch it and then you see what you can get. I mean, right now if you're shopping just with online dealers, though, you're not going to get that dip. They're just not really
No.
giving it to you. They might give you a little bit here and there, but online they're just not going to give it to you.
Have you guys noticed when the spot price goes down on silver lately that they just jack up the premium?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You only got 40 spots filled in your Morgan books. You've been working on it for 3 years. Oh, I could definitely help you out with that. But that's the problem too, is like even the call Morgans and stuff I get, I think I'm like, man, just the history behind those coins are so appealing to me that it's so hard to let go. I'm just glad that I'm not into like the VAMs and all that stuff. And even slab Morgans, I like them to a point. I haven't really had the urge to go any higher than the one MS65 that I have Morgan, and like the 66 is the price is just insane.
I've had to walk away a few times on CC Morgans.
That's
I just
very true, Amanda. Very true. Because sucks you can't read the chat, but it is honestly when it comes to Morgans, I tell people that all the time. It's like a little piece of me leaves with it. But I always assure myself it's going to a good home, so somebody else will take care of it. And that's how I feel about my silver in general, like the stuff that I have and that goes away, and I look at it every month or two when I add to it or however that goes. Cowboy coin, that's right.
oh
Coins in art. Well, good luck with that, man. Jesus, I could see why it's taking so long for you to fill that book. You're only after CCs now. Holy cow!
man, that's rough. CCs are are not the cheap Morgans either, guys. Those are the, you guys know, the CC Morgans are the real spendy ones,
Yeah.
the real low
I
mintages.
I only have two that I'm keeping, and like I'm gonna get more. I know I'm gonna get more, but slowly, because that's just like I said. Even the ones that aren't eye appealing and all that, they're $100. You know, they're not cheap, and you can't go for the low grade one. You know, you got to get like something a little bit better, and it's just it's hard when you're hooked on something
Yeah.
to tell yourself no. You know, that's
That's where I was talking about your heart and your mind.
yeah,
You know, like as an example, that Royal Fortune coin, I just knew in my mind though that now is probably a good time to flip it while I can make a lot of
yeah,
profit on it, because you know how it is, Plumber. You just never know, right? I
hmm
mean, yeah, it could take off more in the future, but also another series could come out and it's not the new hot thing anymore.
yeah, yeah.
So
What's up, LJ? What's up, Savvy? And that's one thing that um, the way I do my auctions is I try not to do like I will have the hottest coin here and there,
yeah,
but I'm not going to go crazy and buy like all the new hottest things coming out. Like I want to deal with older Morgans and just stuff that people you don't see every day. Like I enjoy looking for it. I enjoy learning about it, like my ship coins and bars. But then I get hooked on it, so that's a whole nother story.
hey
But
Plumber, I'll be right back. My wife's calling me. I'll be
yeah,
right back, buddy.
yeah,
I'll be right
no
back.
problem. But yeah, I just get hooked, and then I start collecting it, and it's kind of almost a dangerous game because when you do auctions, you never know if you're going to get that money back out of it. And there's a lot of times where I lose money on coins, but you know, overall, my hope is that everything just averages out. Tracy, I know exactly what you mean. That's a tough question, Mike. That's actually a really good question. Party pickle. Nope. Yeah, exactly, Sharp Eye. It's a dangerous game. What's up, Jules? How's it going? Um, see, I don't really have a plan for that. I guess I don't really stack too much gold. I have a lot of constitutional. That's kind of like my oh crap. You know, if it really breaks down, that's exactly what's going on. The constitutional is what I'm gonna rely on mostly. Um, Again, then I have the silver eagles and stuff that I stack and put away when I can get them at a good price. Yeah, coins and art. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. There's many times where I lose, but again, that's part of the game you play. You know, any business you're gambling pretty much. So, but I don't know with gold. I guess you would have to be trading something really worth it. You know, like transportation or you know, I don't really know. I haven't really thought that far out about what you would do with gold in a oh crap situation. You know, I don't. That would be for like a larger thing that you need. You know, transportation or room and board for a while. Oh yeah, PE. You do have one of the best ones I've ever had. That ship bar. But that's a great question, Mike. And actually, I'm gonna have. I got in the next week or two. Yankee stacking and stacking Stormtrooper are going to be on one of my live streams during the week, and we are going to discuss all that stuff. So make sure you tune in for that because Yankee has a very I guess he's really knowledgeable as far as what's the that's the type of stacker that he is. So that's a great question to ask him when he's here. Yeah, he's talking about gold, Sharp Eye. But I get but that's what I would think. You know, you would have to trade it for some means of transportation or room and board, something along those lines. You just picked up your first maple, a gold maple, Savvy. All right, coins and art. You have a good time. Good night, I mean. Stack everything. I agree, Mustang Dave. Never put all your eggs in one basket. Yeah, I watch a lot of his stuff, RD too, and I agree. I think Constitutional is probably your best bet when it comes to one of those situations. Seeds, bullets, yep, all that stuff. Pant bars and assay. Oh, silver maple. Yeah, but if you're giving up fractional gold versus fractional silver sharpite, that's not really the same thing, I would think. Yeah, it's crazy. Premiums are just JR13. What's going on? It's Did you change your name again? I mean, you got a wrench, so it might be somebody I know, right? Mopar, what is up? I saw you in here earlier, and I had my stream set for tomorrow. Oh, I got you. Smart. It's yeah. You can't have my props, Party Pickle. Those are my props, man. They're old wrenches too. Those things are awesome. I was so happy when I found them. JR13. You can't just change your name and not announce it to everybody, Reese. Take your wrench away because I don't know you. It's like Sunshine did that to me too. They're all, yeah, no joke. They're the real ones. Back when they made stuff to last. You changed yours. Yeah, see, it'll take me a minute to figure out once you change your name. There's so many to keep track of. That's good to hear. You working hard, Reese? Party pickle. What's up, man?
Hey, so I'm back, guys. Sorry about that.
R,
While I was in the
RD,
house,
that's exactly what I do when I get my Morgans, especially a very uh, the really old, dirty looking ones. The dirt toning, as I call it. It's just they're the
so
best.
this was the bar I was talking about earlier, guys, in chat. The one my LCS pulled aside for me. That was it.
Nice. How much is
Yeah,
that? What's that? 10 ounce?
it's 10 ounces. Yeah, if you can read that, okay. It's 10 ounce. So I don't have too many of these Engelhart bars, but this serial number right here kind of tells you when it was minted. And some of these bars can get really expensive because some of them have real low mintages
Yeah.
on them. They even have their own website, Engelhart. It's a whole nother collectible thing. It's like the Geigers.
See, I'm so glad I'm not on the Geiger kick anymore, by the way. But now I'm on the Morgan kick, and I don't think I'll ever get off that one because just what he was saying, you get one in your hand and you can see the history in that coin. Some of them you can't because they're like, BU, but they're still old, but the Geigers, that's just another story, like I still have them. I've sold a lot of them. I still have my set, and I'll probably never get rid of the set, but I've gravitated more toward the older coins because I love history for one, and you'll never know where that coin's been, but you could just think of, hey, this was in some celebrity's hand, just you never know. And they just used it regularly every day over 100 years ago. So really cool stuff to me.
Yeah, pretty much what I'm going to do with Geiger is I'm just doing the set. I just need to get like that kilo, that 500, and then I'm probably done. I just wanted the full set of the square Geigers. But I'm so crazy.
I just got to get the kilo. That's it.
I always say this stuff, and then I'm back and buying more of it. Dang it!
And then you get that, and then all of a sudden, that 1 gram gold Geiger turns into a 10-gram gold Geiger.
No, you know what they do with the 1 gram gold Geiger?
Oh, have you seen the premiums?
Yeah, they put like a little heart on there. They start playing with it, putting some different designs on the assay. So then you need to buy all the different 1 grammers. So pretty soon you got 10 of these 1 gram golds. Just
yeah,
crazy.
Tracy, exactly. Yes. Could you imagine what the miners went through back then to get the gold? Or imagine I've seen a lot of what they did and the amount of danger that they were in doing it versus, I mean, it's still dangerous now, but nowhere near to what they used to do. Like up in the Alaska, they'd have those steam pipes running 50 feet in the ground, and it was just amazing what they did. And money was much. I mean, I don't want to like say that we don't work hard nowadays, but everything to me was a lot more labor intensive back then than it is now. There's really no desk jobs unless you were working behind a store counter, and even then you're lugging around all that stuff. So I think that's why I gravitated more toward Morgans, and I'm not too into the piece dollars. I like them, but
yeah,
I would say Morgan's my number one. I'm the number one fan of Morgan's right now. Morgan's and Eagles, reverse proof Eagles is a weakness of mine. I only have one right now, so I haven't like gone crazy on that, but they're just so like the reverse proof Eagles are just amazing to me.
My problem is my taste buds change like every other month. 1 month I love the Benji $50. The next is the Liberty.
Yeah, it's like, and then you wind up like a smorgasbord.
Oh yeah, I'm bouncing all around. Yeah. Like, I'm probably the last person in the world to say, "Oh yeah, I'm just going to stack this for the whole year."
Yeah, I guess like they've, Africa right now, that's what they use, a lot of mercury to mine their gold. It's crazy. Do we invest in mining stocks? I don't want to really get off on that because I'm not a financial advisor, and neither is Oregon Stacker. Yeah. But yes, I do. And the best thing I can tell you to do as far as stuff like that is to find somebody knowledgeable that you trust in that area and do your homework, because you can really lose your money very quickly if you don't know where you're putting it. And it's not like you're buying physical silver and that's always going to have value. Companies can go bust. It could drop from $20 to $5 just because, the CEO got sick, stupid stuff like that.
COVID, right? Yeah. COVID shuts the mines down.
Yeah, exactly. And if you were to hit, I grabbed a lot of stuff right when that happened, and I did really well on it. But I did my homework, and honestly, Yankee stacking was a big help as far as where it goes. Mining stocks, and he doesn't. He does it in a way to where he's not telling you to do something. He wants you to do your homework on it, and then he has avenues for you to go see the pros in that area. So that's why I'm a member. Like, I'm not only a member with Yankee, like I'm the second tier. So I get like, he helps me with financial advice a little bit. Mainly helps me with my YouTube channel and stuff like that, which I mean, I think he's done wonders for me, but he's got a long history in all this stuff. So he understands markets more than, mining stock and stuff like that, a lot more than what Oregon or I could tell you about, unless, Oregon, I don't know, can't speak on your behalf as far as stock.
I mean, again, I'm not a financial advisor, but I think what you'd find from anybody who you talked about as far as investments go is the key is diversification, right?
Yeah.
So you want to diversify yourself in all avenues. I'll be honest with you guys. I got burned with oil. Me and my wife invested a bunch of money in some of the oil ETFs, and who would have thought oil would have went negative? I mean, I'm not joking. You asked my wife one day. We bought all these oil stocks, and oil on the market when it crashed literally went below zero. I thought there's no way oil's going to go below zero, right? There's no way. It's a commodity. No, it did. I lost my shorts on that.
Yeah. Well, I bought when it was down there.
But I was diversified,
Yeah.
you know, and yeah, I remember when people were saying $100 oil. Oh yeah, it's going to 200. It's going to 300. And then all of a sudden they found all this oil in Texas, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's $30 a barrel forever.
Well, yeah. And then, yeah, I know. And then you have OPEC, like the oil cartels. And
yeah,
that's a whole nother story. We're here to talk about metals, but I understand. And diversification in everything that you do. And again, when I first started stacking, and probably for the first 2 months, I went crazy on silver, and I'm not even gonna lie about it. Like I went nuts. I thought that was it. Silver's going to the moon. I didn't educate myself on it. So, look at where it's at now. It's gone down. I still don't think it's going to be down for a long time, but it could still go a little bit lower. Like there's a lot of people out there that firmly believe that it will dip below $20. And if it does, to me, that's great because I'm a long-term investor in the physical silver. So it does not matter to me. I would actually like it if it did because I could buy more. But
what's funny about this topic, when you talk about silver dipping below 20, can you imagine what the buying panic is going to be like? Everyone's going to want to buy silver if it hits that $20 mark. Believe me, they're all going to say, "This is it. This is it. I'm getting it."
And I don't know. That's the thing too, because of the premiums. Like they're not going to let us buy it for like that unless you go right to the mine and buy it, which you can't. You're never going to get it at that price. They're always going to hike that premium.
Yeah.
And right now they're just going to say, "Oh, we don't have enough. You can't have any."
What I think is going to happen, Plumber, and I could be wrong. And you were stacking when COVID came out, right? Like that March month when COVID came out.
Mm-hmm.
My LCS had lines out the door and they got wiped the hell out. Yeah. Silver dropped down to like 11, 12 bucks an ounce, and they had no silver. Well, in fact, they did have silver. I found out later on. They pulled it off the shelves. They didn't want to sell it.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't want to sell it. And I think if silver crashes through 20, I think the problem's going to be where, like you said, the premiums will go sky high. And where are you honestly going to find the product? Because I highly doubt anyone's going to want to sell you silver below 20 this year.
Yeah. And there are a lot of LCSs out there that say they'll buy and sell through anything. But yeah, they're going to take what they have and move it into the back, and then they're going to buy at that price, and they're going to sell what they bought at that price. Yeah. In my opinion,
they may be buying like from people coming in their door, buying at a certain price and reselling it, but they're not going to take big hits.
Yeah, I mean they could. You never know. They might want to offload something, but in my opinion, why would you? Because anything like that to me is short lived. Under $20 for silver.
I mean, the LCS
could not be a long-lasting thing.
The LCS love a stable market. They love that.
Mm-hmm.
They would love it if silver just stayed stable. They don't like this craziness where it goes up and down, up and down. They would just rather have a stable market.
Silver Knight, you're right. Never say never because you never know. Exactly. Panic buying and stuff like that is a real thing. Like, look at what happened with toilet paper, like toilet paper. Who would have thought? But that is a huge thing. I mean, hey, if you don't have any, there's a hose. Go make yourself a makeshift bidet and you're good.
That's true. Never say never. But I think, from what we just went through with COVID, a lot of us in stacking, I'm sure everyone out there has their own experiences. I know I have mine.
Mm-hmm.
And I could just see that same thing starting over again if it crashed through 20.
Yeah.
I mean, I could see my local LCSs just pulling product back.
What's up, Anorta? I know, right, Chaser? Silver for toilet paper.
Yeah.
Can you imagine paying $20 a roll for toilet paper?
Hey, if you want to talk about toilet paper real quick, the Suez Canal just opened up. But they talked about those ships being so far backed up in like LA and stuff where they're getting these big massive ports are so buried. They said we might have another toilet paper shortage. Read about it.
Wow.
It's crazy. Yeah.
Ever since that though, I always have an addition, like I buy a case, like something a restaurant would buy. So I buy a case and I have one in the garage. Then I have the other case spread out through the bathrooms, And
Oh yeah.
when that's gone, I take that case out and then I buy another one to replace that. I'm never going through that again. That was like the most, I never ran out, but that was like the most ridiculous thing
Oh,
to me
well,
in the
imagine
world.
me. I have 8 people in my house, guys. And when
Use
I
the
went to
pine
the
cone,
store,
Scott.
they'd
No
ration me.
thanks.
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh yeah, rationed. Yep. Yep.
they'd ration
Paper
me. I'm like, look,
towels, all that.
I tell them I have 8 people that didn't care. So prep it.
Yeah.
Prep that
Yeah,
stuff.
I mean, that's how I am too, LJ. Like, COVID taught me a lot at the beginning,
Oh yeah.
a lot. And it taught me what I didn't need, in my personal life, in my business life. And I don't want to say it was a good thing, but it was for my, for me, it helped me learn real fast, real quick, because my business was shut down for almost a month.
Yeah.
And we had sporadic work. I had enough to keep my guys busy. You know, two of them part time, but the other two I managed to pretty much do a full time thing with. But that was scary. I had to downsize, and I realized that I didn't need the extra big office, and there's a lot of things that I can live without, and it's all for show. So to me, it was a very very good learning experience.
COVID was the wake up call, man. Huh.
Hmm. Like Chase, are you on your pain meds, buddy?
Is anyone watching the
Call
markets?
today and get a silver wrench. That'd be, you know what? That's a great thing. That's a heck of a hook right there. Give out a silver wrench with each service call. Yeah, the market's there. It's been hovering right below 25.
Right below 25.
The bids at 24.83. Ask is 24.93.
I'd be interested what everyone thinks in the chat about silver right now. What do they think it's going to do for the rest of the year? Think it's going to go lower, flatten out? Get
Good luck.
everybody's 2 cents.
By the way, Silver Chaser is having surgery in the morning, so y'all want
Oh
to keep
man, Silver Chaser,
keep him in
prayers
your
to you, buddy.
thoughts.
Yeah, thoughts and prayers.
Savvy, I did the same thing, and my brother and I kind of teamed up on starting him a business so he could just have a little more financial flexibility if anything were to ever happen again. It's like I said, I learned a lot really fast. And when you're a business owner and your phone's not ringing and you rely on that phone to ring every day, that's scary. And I was blessed tremendously because it was short lived. But there was other businesses that weren't like that. I did so much restaurant work before that, and then obviously the restaurants were just straight up closed. So I had to revamp all my advertising and everything and gear it toward homeowners, and I got lucky. Silver Chaser says $18 by December. So yeah, you and Sharp Eye they're on the same page with that. And like I said, Sharp Eye did. He's a numbers guy, so he did a full breakdown on it, and that's where he sees it going, barring any like infrastructure bill getting passed or something like that. You know, I don't know. To me, it's like the more research I do in silver, the more avenues I can see why it should go much higher. But again, a lot of mines, they don't even mine it. They don't look for it to mine it.
It's a
Some
byproduct.
some of it's a
Yeah.
byproduct. There's very few, and I don't know. I haven't looked too far into this. Just silver mines. Like most of them, they mine something else, and silver. They just so happen to get that as well. So when this green, energy thing does go buck wild, because it will eventually, that's where we're going. And why can't they just search for it more? And why can't they direct those other mines to pull more out of the ground and offset what's not being taken out of the ground right now? Or is there an actual shortage, which to me is kind of impossible because they come out with new technology every day. So there's going to be more ways to find that silver that they're not finding right now, and more mines will focus on it to bring more out of the ground. So I could see both sides of the argument there, because that the electric cars and solar panels, they all need silver, stuff like that. So yes, there'll be a huge demand for it, but to me, that can offset that in the mining sector by focusing more on it. So who knows?
Well, here's another thing too, Plumber.
That's right, Scott.
If the price of silver really shot up with the EV market and the solar market, who's to say, like you were talking about technology, what if technology finds something to replace silver in the EV cars and the solar panels?
Yep.
So if silver went up too high, I think it has, that would be, companies could look at trying to substitute the product.
Yeah. And Chaser says the infrastructure bill won't affect silver like people think. And like the more research I do, I tend to agree with that. But I mean, I'm a firm believer that the metals are definitely manipulated by governments.
Oh yeah.
Whether that's true or not, you'll never be able to prove it. It's been proven that JP Morgan they got slapped with that $1 billion fine that we talked about. But that's like a slap on the wrist to them. They don't care. They're going to keep on doing it. They have one of the world's biggest silver hoard, and they could do pretty much. Imagine if they dumped all that silver on the market, the silver would fall through the floor because there'd be so much excess right there, right then. So who knows? Well, yeah, that's what we're saying, Scott. Technology grows every day. So imagine if they use gold like they use silver. Somebody's going to think of a way to get that price down on what they're building.
Or here's another thing too, guys. Most of the gold gets recycled, but the silver they don't really recycle, right? Well, if the price went up high enough, they would start recycling the silver as well.
Mm-hmm.
That's another thing to think about.
Yeah.
I mean, I think silver, obviously I love silver. I think it has great potential, but I think people who like shot off these huge numbers for silver, I'd be real careful about that.
Mm-hmm. And that's again too, education. That is diversification and education is the best thing that you could do for yourself.
Yes.
And like I'll repeat it 1,000 times. When I first got into it, I went buck wild, and I regret it because if I would have spread that out, my average would be much lower than what it is now. Not that I'm worried about it, because I do believe when I actually need it or want to get rid of it, I think that I'll be fine. I'll either sell it what I bought it for, or it's going to be worth a lot more. So either way, I think I'm going to be okay. Silver is party. I agree, Anorta. I love the shiny stuff.
I would say this though, if you're a younger person and you want to, I would say you're better off buying silver than you are gold though, because obviously silver, you have a much better potential to make much more money as far as a percentage basis goes, right?
Mm-hmm.
So as far as like earning money on your investment, oh yeah, I mean, silver would be what your best shot would be, but gold's the more stable. So
I agree. And like Golden Spike says, where's silver going to be in 25 years? That's what I'm looking at. Like, I don't, day-to-day spot price to me it's a game that you play. You could buy it good today. You might buy it high tomorrow, and you might not. But 25 years from now, I believe that I'll be fine when I go to sell my stuff.
I'll never forget this, guys. I remember Silver Dragons before COVID came out. He said, I would never buy silver for over $20 an ounce.
Yeah, I remember that video.
Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
And then look what happened. And then all of a sudden, 30 was the new floor. I'll never buy silver for over $30 an ounce.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So, yeah, you don't know. I mean, just in a couple years, things can change so fast.
Yeah, copper. Wild West. I do have a nice copper stack, by the way, but um, that's from my business. Obviously, I tear it out of people's houses every day, just like Henry. But I don't see copper shooting the moon. Like I don't. It might stay where it's at. It might go a little bit higher, but I don't see it shooting the moon like people think. And I think that's the same way people look at silver. On our, like, if somebody's looking at copper through my eyes versus somebody silver, I don't see that happening. Like, will there be a big demand for it again, more than now? Yeah, but if it shoots the moon, everything's going to go up, skyrocketing. And that's the same thing that I think with silver is it's needed in so many areas that they will not allow it to skyrocket. And if copper got up to $10, $15, I feel sorry for people because, like, as a plumber, I'm going to have to charge, how much more to do that job in small jobs. And granted, they don't use it for new construction like they used to, but there are things in plumbing where you have to have copper. Like, it's mandatory. So it's always going to be needed. And it's one of the most used metals, I think, around.
Yeah, and plumbing, you guys would use the snake bites and the PVC stuff, correct? Is that kind of what took over
Yeah.
copper?
Shark
Yeah.
bites. I mean, they have so many different ways to run plumbing systems, but I mean, copper's never going to leave the plumbing industry, in my opinion, just because there's some things that it's so much more. Um, it's hard to explain unless you knew, like you knew what I did every day. But there's just areas where you have to have it and you got to use it, and it's used in so many other things. So moonshot, like everybody's saying on copper, I highly doubt it. Yeah, I agree, Henry.
I'm still waiting for Tesla to buy up some huge copper corporation or something, you know?
Hmm. I'm pretty sure they own a lot of copper stock or a
Yes.
mine, just like silver. What do you think is a good base stack for silver? That's all based on your budget. What I hear most people say is 10% of your investment, 20% on the high end. It's, I mean, I actually don't chaser. I like those other than the silver. Like I don't see silver going below 20. But who am I to say
But,
what? I don't know
yeah,
enough about it to tell
I
you
mean,
yes or no, and I don't think anybody does.
I would just tell the chat if it just think about it for a moment. If silver really went below 20 this year, what in the heck do you think would happen? Every single stacker, every single person known a man would be down at the LCS trying to buy silver, right? So I just don't think there would be anything available. I think
Hmm.
everyone would just be wiped the hell out. And the
Yeah.
premiums would probably still be high. So even if it drops below 20, it's from a stacker point of view, I don't know if it would do us any good this year if silver went below 20 because I personally don't think we'd be able to get the products. I think it'd be completely wiped out.
Hmm. And that's where I like what Chaser's saying and what Henry's saying. Diversify. If you're going to buy stocks, or I don't know who's going to stock graphite and stuff, but that's all when it comes to diversification. Because what if
Oh yeah,
something does shoot the moon and you're not in it? Like
exactly. Like
you
what
didn't
happened
buy
with Bitcoin.
you didn't buy
I was
Bitcoin
in
at
Bitcoin.
$5.
Yeah,
I back up the truck. Yeah, I agree, LJ. I'd be right there with you. But yeah, that's what I'm. That Henry's got it. That's a point right there. Is like they're already upgrading. Batteries aren't using the things they used to use, and
right.
it's like I don't know. I mean, I love copper, and I know it's gonna go higher, but shooting the moon, no. I think Chaser was probably right on with the $6-8 range, and that's even high to me. Tell me Cheech and Chong wasn't like the best movies ever made. I like that in order. Rhodium, yep. That was like 2000 and now it's 20.
Oh yeah, I think it was Hero Bullion that had some rhodium on there. They had like a 10th ounce, I think, for 1400 a while back, and I'm like, man, someone should jump on that, and it sold out in a few days.
Mm-hmm. I think you're right, Jaser, but I also think that the shortage came from everybody buying all at once. Like when COVID hit, everybody, not everybody, but a lot more people that weren't in it before are now in it, and they went out and bought heavily. And it
Right.
takes a while for that cycle, So now I think the cycle hit, which is why they're saying now they're in short supply. But I think that resupply will happen fairly soon, and which could be what Chaser's saying, $18 silver. Who knows? Could happen, but
I think though, from a stacking point of view, if it breaks 20, that's not going to be a good thing for us because I mean, this is just my 2 cents. I don't think you'd be able to find product. I,
mm,
I think everyone and their brother would be looking for silver if it broke 20.
yeah.
I'd be curious to know what the chat thinks on that. I mean,
Mm-hmm. Well, Henry says like remaining flat. I think gold's pretty low from where it should be, but I'm a huge conspiracy theorist, and I think gold's low because they want their silver back.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Chase, there's places that do not have silver, but that could be because they don't want to pay the premiums what they want. So yeah, they're going to be out.
So I'm curious. Chaser was thinking silver, maybe 18. I'm curious what the chat thinks. Don't you guys agree? You guys agree with me? If silver broke 20, I mean, what do you guys think? I don't think we'd be able to find any supply anywhere. I think everything would be wiped out.
Mm-hmm. Mill stacks, yeah, that's kind of what. Yeah, I agree with you. That's kind of what I was saying. The cycle hit. Production didn't meet the demand, and now it's
Yeah.
reversing. So soon enough, silver won't be an issue. I mean, Chaser's saying silver's not an issue, but
And
maybe
it
that's
is.
just the online people playing games. $300 minimum orders. That's because they're over ordering. Everything's sold. A lot of things are sold out. But again, that's just people buying all at once, and the production's not meeting the demand for it. But I firmly believe that that's reversing.
I
There'd be
think this
panic
is
selling.
interesting. This is interesting though, guys, because I've seen channels and people talking where the LCSs are wiped out of silver. Now I can get silver here, but I'm paying a
Mm-hmm.
high premium. So it is kind of interesting. It sounds like a lot of people in chat say there's no problem with getting silver. They can find silver
Mm-hmm.
wherever they're at.
So Bait the Hook says silver's too volatile. Not a good investment. Fun to trade like baseball cards. I mean, how? To me, I don't think it's volatile. I don't think it is because it's gone. It was pretty flat, and if you go back, what, 10 years, it's been on the same path, and then COVID hit, and then you get this
Yeah.
big spike, and now everybody's got their theories about everything. So
Yeah.
who knows? And right now, yeah, probably you are right. Bait the hook. A year from now, if without any major issues, I think that it'd be a pretty safe investment, in my opinion. Yeah, Jack, I'll drop it for him. I had it. Jack wants your channel link.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, another interesting thing here too, guys. We haven't. I know we're trying to stay on precious metals, but just look at what's going on in the world right now with China and all the different hot button issues right now. I mean, all it takes is one little mistake and a huge war could break out. I don't know if you guys follow what's going on in the South China Sea, but my wife lives over there, so I try and follow it. And that thing is just like a hot oven ready to explode.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what would happen to precious metals on something like that, but that thing's like a tinderbox. I mean, it's going to be interesting watching that over the next 5 years.
Yeah, right, Anorta. Just drive around with Cheech and Chong for a couple days. You'll be straightened out. Yeah, I mean, it's all just like investing. Educate yourself, be ready. If you don't feel that silver is a great investment, then just have a little or have none. I, on the other hand, think that it's a great investment over the next 20 years. So I'm fine with buying it, and I'm fine with buying it, small amounts really at any price. And, I'm just lucky enough that I'm able to have a fluid, collectible stack, if you call it. If I get tired of something, I just, put it up for auction, or I call people and I trade. And it's it's more of like a mini business to me, other than the amount that I stack, and like, yeah, exactly, Henry. Look at the shortage on ammo. That's
Yeah, that's another
more
good point,
more
Henry.
deba- more demand than supply. So,
You
but
can't find
what
ammo right now.
what
Yeah.
happens when everybody has all the ammo they want? So then the supply catches back up, and then the prices will go back down. So I don't know. I mean, it's a great. I love this conversation to have, because there's not really an answer, but if you're smart enough to do your homework on what you're investing is in, to me, silver and gold is a great option to a certain point. Obviously diversify and don't put all your eggs in one basket. The normal yada yada. Along
Yep.
with, I'm not a financial advisor, and neither is Silver Chaser or Oregon Stacker and the rest of you that are commenting on this. But
Yeah. So like with me, I have a monthly budget plumber that I try to stick to with my precious metals,
yeah,
and I just go with that.
yeah. I mean, that was the first thing that I went to was ammo. When COVID hit, and then the second was, okay, so what if this really does get bad? So that's when silver came into my life, and investing in general became a much bigger part of my life. So, and I'm happy for that part of it.
As a father.
Did you like my comment on your video, Chaser? Chaser says he's a jerk, not an investment specialist.
Guys, it's our job to protect our families out there. I don't know what
Yeah.
everyone's feeling is on that, but you saw what happened during Katrina. At least I did, and you see what happened on these world events, and you got to be able to take care of yourself out there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Ruck. Yeah. I mean, Florida, they're just running out of places to build in my area anyway. So everything's getting like refurbished, and they're putting up multi-unit complexes instead of subdivisions. And that's one thing that I wanted to focus on more this year is prepping in general. Um, like having that safety net. If your water gets shut off for a year, or you can't get food, or something like that. It's always great to be prepared in my mind.
How many people out there know how to hunt and fish?
I love fishing. Hunting, I've only done a couple times,
We
but I'm
have great
sure
fishing out here.
I'm sure I could adapt. Sucks you can't see the chat.
Yeah, sorry guys, I can't see the chat.
You ask questions, you're like, okay, what are they saying?
Yeah, I don't know. They could be cussing me out for all I know, and I don't know what's going on.
LJ said that he went hunting this morning.
He did? He went hunting? All right.
Yeah.
I
And
got all
orders
kinds of
is
funny hunting stories.
And or as a shroom hunter and a Cheech and Chong fan. Millstacks fishes for crab. Oh, I went blue crab fishing. Oh, that stuff is so good. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, Mike. Just having a bug out bag, being prepped, just having a
How about having water?
yeah, having a backup plan
Yeah.
if stuff really did go bad ever. Zombie apocalypse. If these COVID shots turn out to be, I ain't going down that path.
My joke on that is I already got my 2 COVID shots and I'm still alive. I'm still kicking. I didn't
Yeah,
turn green.
yeah, yeah.
But I had no choice. The state made me get them. And guys, real quick on COVID, they're actually saying they're going to make a COVID passport card. Can you believe that?
Yeah, I've been hearing that.
So if you want to travel anywhere, be prepared.
Scott
I
says
don't
he's
know.
got a bug out camper. Mopar went fishing yesterday. Chaser's messing with you.
What Chaser say?
Oregon loves reading the chat. He can't see it, or he's got a good strong chin. Don't say anything. Every type one message in the chat.
I thought he was talking about my gray hair.
Yeah, yeah, John. We're starting on my garden. We're supposed to start on it next week, actually.
Well, hey, plumber, I think I'm going to head off, man.
All
Need
right,
to shut down things in the house. I really appreciate you guys. I really appreciate you, Plumber Stacker, letting me on your stream. Thank you so much.
no problem. Go enjoy some family time.
Yeah, and you guys all take care out there. Keep stacking hard.
All right.
Take
Have a
care,
good one, man.
guys. Take care.
All right. If anybody else wants to come out and chat for a bit, I'm gonna do this just for a little bit longer and then call it a night. Mopar's got 4 bug out bags. I've been working on mine. Silver Hair Seeker, how's it going? Too old to run. That's right. That's when you just hunker down. Yeah, right, Chaser. Yeah, that's a prepping with plumber. That's a great one right there. Stage by stage prepping. Party pickle, that's good. Or Gail said that. All right, well, guess nobody wants to come up and chat, so we might just call this a week. I put in a lot of hours on YouTube, so I think that I'd be all right with cutting her short. Later, Mopar. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and call it. Bin the Morgan. That'll be up on Tuesday night auction. I know, right, Henry? Me too. Oh, Star Ears coins to auction. Oh, Star Wars. What time? The trade day ended at like 5 a.m. I agree, Scott. That's right. Mopar, hunker down, lay down some fire. Oh, not of sorts. I'm fully 100% knighted into the conspiracy theory savvy. Absolutely. Tuesday night, 8 o'clock, normal time auction. That is going off for my 1K GAW, Henry. I need 52 more friendlies to break that marker. And then we're going to do a massive 1K plumber's celebration. It's going to be huge. And there's going to be lots of silver flying around. Yankee said he's going to give away a 10th ounce of gold. So it's going to be fun. Exactly, Savvy. Same with me. All right, Mopar, we will see you. Yeah, that was pretty cool, wasn't it, Amanda? 1K speed. That's right, Sunshine. All right. No, Henry, I got I'm going to make more. I'm not going to make a lot. Probably like 20, 30 of them at the most, but that one's my very first channel round I ever poured, so that's going to be given away at the auction. Chaser, I will expect a giveaway package from you, sir, to celebrate my 1K GAW. Still waiting on trade day stuff from 2 weeks ago. What? Oh, I was going to say, my stuff goes out the next day if possible. Amanda C. Mod of the Month. Absolutely. Of the year. Dibs on number 5. All right, Henry. Mopar, if you want to email me about that, I may be able to see what's going on with some of that or get things in motion for you. I hate to see that. I know I could definitely find out who, what, where, and why. But yeah, email me on that, Mopar. I'll see what's going on. Got plumber package in 2 days. Oh yeah, I'm telling you, I try to ship out right away. $3 Florida to Cali. That's awesome. I don't play with my shipping. You buy something from me, you're gonna get it. But yeah, if you guys ever have issues with anything on trade day, I'd appreciate it actually if you reached out to me or Everyday Opportunity, because both of us kind of feel the same way. We're a little responsible for what happens on these channels, his or mine. And if somebody's not doing something that they say they're going to do, we need to deal with that in the proper manner and at least make sure it gets taken care of. Oh, I got your stuff, Henry. It didn't take that long for a blizzard. Yeah, I hate to hear that, Mopar. So let me know, please. Pitchforks and Tori. Yeah, Chaser, you're in the hospital. I guess you get a little slack. Ramon, what's going on? I appreciate it. Yeah, we are closing it up. Rocky Mountains in the house. What? Oh, that's awesome. A graphite board. Yeah, that's one thing I do need to ask everybody that's in here still. I am looking for somebody to make me some molds, and then I'm also looking for somebody to make me a stamp, like a small stamp with my logo on it. So when I hit the silver, I could just stamp that instead of doing what I do now. Double O Buck, what's going on? Yeah, Philip the Board is very legit, Lambo. I've had some very good interactions with him. Great idea, Savvy. Finally, somebody reminded me about raiding somebody. Sherry Ward. I always forget to do that, and I always feel so bad because people raid me and then I don't return the favor. Hairseeker, if you did, you can't do it enough because she is one of the best mods around. And I try to show her some gratitude. There she is. Thank you very much for reminding me, Savvy. Lambo, thanks for your help last night as well. I didn't really get to watch what was going on, but I heard, and I appreciate you taking care of things, policing stuff for me. Party Pickle, you as well. Everybody else that helps out, you guys are great. Again, I need 52 more friendlies, and we can kick off the Plumber Stacker 1K GAW. Oh, that's awesome, Cooter. Well, maybe you could help me out a little bit. All right, there is Sherry Ward's link. She's doing a box battle right now. So let's all go throw some wrenches up in the chat and raid her. Show her some love. I appreciate everybody for hanging out with me. And we will see you Tuesday night at 8 o'clock. Good night and happy Easter.